It's been a very good chart over the weekly. And Doge recovering quite nicely over here. That hourly candle coming in, people going long, up over 5%. We're about to cross back above that 12 cents range. And remember, liquidations on the short side goes all the way up to 14 cents on the 5-minute chart. When you zoom out on the 4-hour, if we look at those liquidations on the 4-hour and our green blocks on the 4-hour, we're still below this green block by over 16%. Liquidations on the 4-hour goes up to 18 cents. So I'm going to highlight that real quick. Let me screenshot this. Wow. I'm going to screenshot this. I'll put it in the Discord charts channel as well. But just to let you know, like, we just cleared all the longs. There is literally nothing stopping market makers from pushing us all the way to 18 and liquidating all those shorts above us. All right, let's throw this in the chart channel as well. So I threw that 4-hour liquidation chart in the Discord as well. Don't ask me questions like, should I buy here? Should I sell here? I told you specifically, go long on your demo account. Buy it on your paper trading account. Go long on your demo account. Buy it on your paper trading account. If you're asking what happened, we can tell you that liquidations came in. We cleared all the liquidations. And Doge moved 9%, whereas Bitcoin did not drop that far. From the Bitcoin red block to the green block was only 1.7%. So that whole drop down from the red block was only 2.8% versus Doge 9% drop. And Doge has low liquidity. Something happened with HETS as well. HETS had a big drop down, 9.8%. It dropped before Doge dropped. Someone holding HETS knew that Doge was dropped, so they had a big sell-off on HETS. Then Doge had a big sell-off, and perhaps everybody's buying back in right here. And I drew the green block here for Bitcoin. Biden made me draw this green block basically by what he's doing. I think before the election, Biden's going to try to cozy up to the crypto traders and crypto platforms to either A, I don't think he's doing it to get votes, but B, to get money. If you're a presidential candidate, but you know you're going to lose the election anyway, raise money, fundraise, so that the Democrats can have more money for the next cycle, for the next 4 years. So I think he's trying to cozy up to some crypto platforms, raise money, and it's going to make Bitcoin come up through these liquidations above 70K. That's just my opinion. And 70K has been a curse for Bitcoin. Every time we hit that 70K, go a little bit above 70K, people heavily short Bitcoin and we come down hard. Heavily short Bitcoin and come down hard. If you're looking at the Discord here in the Show Off Your Profits channel, look at the Bitcoin short. Oh, this person entered their short at 66,573, which is around this red block, and they took profits around 64,845. They earned about $35,000 from that. So I put a rocket beside their name, Alexandre. Congratulations on your Bitcoin short. But Doge is recovering here. We had some more wicks down, low liquidity, but this is crypto. We don't have super big liquidity. But it's your choice if you want to buy Doge or sell your Doge at 12 cents. Your choice. After just seeing what's happening and watching the charts for the past few years, events like this have been like the best entries. Look at this. 11.34. 11.34. It's interesting. That's a very interesting number, 11.34. I met a guy in New York. We were talked over the liquidations. Came down under the liquidations. One of my advice to him, like if you have cash just sitting, put it under liquidations and then a 10% drop down under liquidations. And sometimes when they fill, it's a good fill. So how many of you guys believe that Elon will do something good for Doge within the next 1 to 2 years? If you think Elon will do something good for Doge in the next 1 to 2 years, buy some Doge. If you don't think he'll do something good, definitely don't short it, because he will do something good. You guys don't forget, elections in November. We're already in June. July, August, September, October, November. 5 months. A lot of good stuff could happen in 5 months. A lot of good stuff could happen in 5 months. I had a pink shirt on today, ironically, for the drop. But we're recovering now. I gotta go change into a green shirt now. Let me go get the green on. So we are recovering so far. Back at 12 cents for Doge. Well, Dogecoin back above 12 cents from that drop there. That's over half a cent gain. We're already climbed up over 5% from that drop. The market's already determining that Doge price should be above 11.5. We're already at 12 cents. I hope you're holding some Doge before it climbs up and liquidates those shorts above the 18 cents range. Things like this takes time, but in the crypto world, it generally takes less time than the stock market.
Hey, Taman, that as we kind of creep up to wreck those liquidations up to 18, there's usually ones that even keep building above it, right?
Yes.
So 18 is a pretty decent shot from right here, but I guarantee more stuff's going to accumulate above it as it starts climbing.
Yeah, people will start shorting it. Like the people that, oh man, they're already wrecked down here. I see the lines. Look at this. Look at all these lines that started shorting Doge right here. They're in the danger zone. And how far does the danger zone go? I'm going to give it all the way up to the area pre-drop. So the danger zone, we already conquered 1% of the danger zone. The danger zone's an 8% move. That means the 8% on the move upside for Doge is going to be a lot easier right here. This could be an easy 8% move up for Doge because of all these people over leveraging on the bottom of the dip there too. So from the bottom of this dip there to the area where we recovered, that's a 10% move, at least 10%. From current price up to that area of the danger zone, getting out 6.5%. So Doge is in a well-positioned spot to recover from the dip. The number one driving factor from this dip was liquidations in low liquidity markets. When you have low liquidity, it's hard for people to sell without the price tanking. And as that is happening, the people that are in over-leveraged positions are easier to liquidate. And if market makers want to liquidate them, they can liquidate them. That's the number one issue with cryptocurrency, is also the best thing about cryptocurrency. Yes, we have low liquidity, but that's like the very best thing that we can have for us. Because that low liquidity means we get those big pumps. If we didn't have low liquidity, you would not see the price moving up 5-6% in a short amount of time span like this. Literally, an hour ago, the price was much lower. We're already up over 5.7%. We're almost recovered all the way from this dip at this candle. We just have to go up another 0.42 cents, and then we'll be recovered from that dip. By the way, some of you guys that are holding Tame tokens, if you want to provide liquidity, you also can provide liquidity. But you have to have some DAI stablecoin or Pulse chain, whatever you want to use to provide that liquidity. But since Tame token has come out, it's outperformed Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pulse chain, HETS, Solana, Litecoin, XRP, XLM. I don't know. It's just percentage-wise, it did really good. Market cap's just so low, that's why. I think the market cap's so low, so it's very easy to outperform on percentage. So the people that put the low money in, they're able to get the low money out. But I'm interested in something. I'm curious, so let me load this up on the screen for you guys as well. Coinglass.com. Let's just look at those liquidations on Doge recently. So we're going to go Doge over here. Wow. I have to go to the top, hit liquidations. We'll do the past hour. Well, we have to do 4 hours because it's technically past an hour now. But we're going to do Doge over here. We're going to change this to Doge as well. Okay, so this is the interesting part. Remember those bad liquidations on March 4th? Well, today, we had the worst liquidations on Doge since that has happened. So, sometimes after the worst liquidations, you might get the best price increase. So, from June 15th until now, there's been the worst liquidations on Doge. So, generally, that could be like your best entry. So this has really been our worst day of liquidations for longs on Doge. So, and technically, I don't know how they do the dates. But it's just yesterday technically. So now this could be like the one of the best entries for Doge longs after nasty liquidations like that. So we already had the worst day of liquidations. Now we, after the storm, after God flooded the earth and the animals were riding Noah's Ark, the floods went away and the animals flourished. Are you guys going to flourish? Are you going to ride this Doge up? Or are you going to sit there and look at it at the bottom and be afraid at the bottom? Are you going to be the type of trader that buys the bottom or sells the bottom? Go look in your mirror and ask yourself that question before you do anything on your chart. Speak to yourself. Be honest. You're going to buy the bottom? You're going to sell the bottom? Go ask yourself. And notify yourself that you're already over 5% late from that bottom. The market makers aren't late. Market makers are not late. Market makers are not late. I'll tell you that right there. The people that know it's going to go up, they're not going to be late. They're there. They're already there. They're early. Look, they're already pushing up pulse chain and hets over there too. Are you going to be the type of person that gets in on the worst liquidations we've had? Because generally after the worst liquidations, are there any more liquidations built up yet? Not yet. So do market makers want it to go up or down from here? They have no money. They make no money pushing it down from here. But the upside from liquidating all the over-leveraged shorts, that's where the money's at, all the way up to 18 cents. That's another 6 cents for Doge. You go from 12 cents all the way up to 18, it breaks the chart. 12 cents to 16 cents, that's over 50, that's 50% move. I have to zoom out to show you that, but I do that math in my head. Because half of 12 is sits. So going up 6 cents is going up 50%. Could be an interesting spot play for some of you guys out there looking for a spot play idea. Oh, someone's already buying up the hets again from that dip. Hets is doing really well from that dip. Doge recovering, hets recovering, Bitcoin's recovering from the dip. Everything's recovering from the dip. Everything's recovering from the dip, looking pretty good. Yeah, generally these are the areas that you look for like your best entries. There's only a few ways to get your best entries. A, luck. B, already have a limit order where you think the price is going to drop to. If you don't have a limit order, like, if you didn't have a limit order to 11.3 up to 11.5, you did not catch it right here because market makers are already pushed it up here. So if you missed that, this is where the retail are generally catching back up to right here. around the 12 cents range. Raza said he's going to put on some Nipsey Hussle double up and grind it out. I don't know. I don't know if you I don't know. You should stop listening to that Nipsey Hussle, because those guys want you to try to get that money fast. You need to start listening to some Jordan Peterson or reading some trading strategies. Listen to some trading strategy audiobooks. Never play the Nipsey Hussle double ever again in your life. And all that time that you want to listen to that type of music, listen to a trading strategy. Listen to an audiobook. Listen to self-development. You no longer have time for rap music in your life if you want to get wealthy trading. You think you have free time. You do not have free time. I'm here to tell you the truth. When you're 50, 60 years old, you're going to be looking back at this moment and be like, yeah, I did not have free time. You don't have any free time. Go watch that $0 liquidation strategy video. You got some time to learn, develop, Raza. I'll share that link in the chat again for you. Never get liquidated again with that $0 liquidation strategy. You have to evaluate your time. Is your time worth listening to music that another human being created? If it makes you work twice as hard to get the same amount of money. The music's really a distraction. It's okay to go to a concert here and there. Listen to a song here and there, but don't let it drown your brain out. You'll lose focus. You won't earn as much trading profits. You'll be studying just as long and as hard because you cannot focus while you're listening to the music. And it will change your mindset. You're listening to people talking about getting the money, getting the bag very fast, living the life fast. You're going to get a similar mindset sometimes, and when you do, it's going to make you get liquidated. I'm just talking about the guy talking about he wants to listen to some music right now and hustle. When I'm driving on the road and I stop at a red light, I never see a crackhead listening to music. And they're just getting all that money that people are giving to them. They're sitting there holding a sign. They're not listening to rap music. That's how they really hustle and get the money. They don't let the music distract them, so you should not let the music distract you. I don't know. I find that music distracts people more than it helps them when it comes to focus. I'm just joking with you though, buddy. If you want to listen to music of that style you work, listen to the music. Music can provide motivation, but I find that overall there are some types of music that the world could go without and be a better place. And your own personal world could be a better place, determining on the type of music you listen to or the absence of music in certain scenarios. When you listen to music, it takes up bandwidth in your brain. And then sometimes when you're trying to focus or memorize stuff, music will cloud your brain, make it harder. D-Block says, do you watch action movies and think you're Jason Bourne? Yeah. Man, when I'm watching those Jason Bourne movies, I'm running around, jumping over the couch, jumping over the table, running as fast as I can. Running, jumping, spinning. Woo! Those action movies get me going. Man, don't watch those Pablo Escobar shows. You watch those Pablo Escobars, makes you feel poor trading these crypto futures. You're like, oh man, people make that much money doing what? But yeah. Wolf of Wall Street, that's an interesting movie as well. I don't know, Wolf of Wall Street shows like the guys really got fucked up by their lifestyle. Sometimes modifying your lifestyle would make you a better trader. But if there's people out there listening to Drake while they're taking their Percocets, I don't think they're going to be making good trades. If you're listening to Drake taking Percocets, you're going to be losing your trades for a few hours and probably go to bed early. Stay away from that type of stuff.
Yeah, stay away from uppers, downers, screamers, laughers, all those ones.
Well, the Drake song made the people sad, and then they resort to getting in their feelings, and then they use the Percocet to go deeper in their feelings. Yeah, honestly, they're better off not listening to the music.
Alcohol is pretty bad depressant, in all honesty. Most of the time, people drink in a good time or a bad time. Not many people just drink right in the middle. Nobody just goes and has like 2 beers and reads a book and falls asleep. You know, it's either people drink in a good time or a time of sorrow. It's weird.
I have this book, and we had Father's Day. You guys had a good Father's Day for the fathers out there? I got this book that I read a little bit on Father's Day. It's called Promise Me Dad by Joe Biden. Very interesting book. I'll read you guys a quick passage from the book.
You did? Serious? You actually read the whole thing by Joe Biden?
Not the whole thing, just some.
Well, happy Father's Day too, by the way.
It is not the objective of the United States of America to collapse or weaken the Russian economy. That is not our objective. But President Putin has to make a simple, stark choice. Get out of Ukraine or face continued isolation and growing economic cost at home. Well, our president really is trying to collapse Russia from everything we've seen. And it is affecting the US dollar, gasoline prices, and the whole economy. So this whole thing in Ukraine, American soldiers are going to end up over there pretty soon. They already started opening up the draft again for women as well, men and women. I'm too old for the draft, technically. But I know some of you guys are in that age to get drafted, so it's a tough one. Some of the women are going to avoid the draft by getting pregnant. It's a tough one, though. But I thought it was interesting that Joe Biden talked about he did not want to crash the Russian economy. But just by saying that, just by a president saying that, he's bragging. Joe Biden is bragging that he can crash the Russian economy. And if he can crash the Russian economy, he has more than enough power to make the price of Bitcoin go up to over 500,000 American dollars. The power is there. The question is, will he do it before the election? I'm just happy that Doge recovered from this dip so far. But this is an interesting book. It's called Promise Me Dad by Joe Biden. I think someone else wrote the book, though. I don't think he actually spent the time writing the book, but they take out a lot of quotes that he says. I wish there was like an audio book with this that matched his voice, though. I think AI can fill those gaps for the audio books. Could be interesting. Let's read page 199, chapter 10. Can you stay? I had been here before and knew what to expect. Shock creates an initial numbness that wears away. The pain comes and then it sharpens. The hurt is a physical presence and it never leaves you. As when I lost Nelia and Naomi 43 years earlier, it felt like there was a tiny dark hole in the middle of my chest, and I knew if I dwelled on its presence, it would grow until it threatened to suck my entire being down into it. So with that being said, I encourage you guys, do not dwell on the past. If you missed the Dogecoin pump, don't dwell on it. Write it down, learn, and move on. Don't dwell on your losses. If you lost somebody or lost something close to you, recognize it, remember it, but don't dwell on it. Try to allow yourself the growth to move on and have a more prosperous future.
I'm trying. I'm still stuck up at Doge at 21 cents. So I'm just keeps I just keeps it real. I really am. I don't know, Tim. I just keeps it real. You know what I'm saying? I think I've grown more patient in this world with cryptocurrency, for sure. Did you know I'm still holding from up there, Tim? From below 22s to 21.9?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, diggity damn. Yeah, Doge went down to what, 11 cents today?
No.
Down like 50%. 50%
it was like 11 and some change, 11.34 cents.
Yeah, so double that. That's 22.6. I'm basically down 50% on my Doge right now. So hope everybody's having a good day out there.
You mind if I pick your brain, Mr. Joe?
Please talk to me, Tame. Pick the shit out of my brain if you would.
So someone that's underwater on Doge, when we go to 36 cents, are you going to take profit? Or are you going to buy more or hold?
I'm just simply going to hold at that point. What I will do once we get up to those limits is I will have no problem putting a stop order in. So if it does fall down, and as we creep up, I'll just increase my stop limit order. So where I want it to stop, where I'm comfortable, once I know it's up there, if it ever falls below that point, heck yeah. But I'm going to be doing it based off of daily RSIs, weekly RSIs, once we really get up to that higher point. Looking at Doge at where we're at now, we're on pretty low RSI, weekly RSIs, so I'm just going to be patient and rip on it. And if not, what do you know? Been patiently waiting for years.
Man, the weekly RSIs are slammed down.
Sir. The weekly though, the weekly chart when you zoom out looks really good compared to Doge in 2019, 2020.
And that's the whole thing, Tim, is when we've been kind of climbing down like this, I've been leaving Doge alone, and I've been just diving into 60 other little small things, scooping up quite a bit as we've fallen down here. So that's really what I'm paying more attention to, and just being patient with Doge. But it's kind of one of those things where I felt that it was going to go up to 23, 24 cents possibly. And then it just like kind of felt like it still had the potential and the RSIs to rise up there back then when I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just shoulda, coulda, woulda, but didn't put a stop loss.
No, you were right about the RSI, but you know where you were wrong at? The potential for a drop down for the RSI to cool down to get there.
Exactly. That's what I misunderstood is the upper RSI. It looked like it went down and it had room to come back up there.
But during that time, you look at all the other RSIs on the 4-hour, daily, weekly, they all had room to come down.
Yeah, they all needed to come down.
So basically, what you're telling me, you took a hedge on Doge, expecting another 10% upswing, but the possible drawdown of about 50%.
I sold it 22.8 or 22.75 up to 22.8. And then I had no problem. I was like comfortable buying back down in there, low 22s to high 21. Just like, all right, no problem. Just reaccumulating like my little snowball trend was. Never set a stop loss. And here we are today.
That's understandable, though.
Like I was talking with BJ that day. She really saw potential, but really rising up 26, 27, 28, and then having larger sell-offs like we were expecting. That happened earlier and sooner than they did. But no worries. That's the whole thing is patience with this.
But we have the low liquidity, so anytime big players want to sell their Doge, price drops 50% over a month.
But they also got us too, Tim. When you and I sold at 13 cents when that thing was ripping out, we were at like 13.8 or something. We wound up selling, and then it kept going. It kept going on us. So then I started getting back in the upper teens and 17, 18, all that stuff. So I was making dollars on the way up. I just still saw potential for it to go a little higher and got stuck at the top. But again, I still accumulated more Doge. It's the whole thing of just seeing it and how much more potential I could have done, but being patient too. And that's the biggest difference that I've learned is I could have, should have, would have, but I've been focusing on other stuff, other coins, other things. I accumulated a lot of Doge for free basically over the past 3 years. So snowballing can last so long. It turns to summer and it starts to melt sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But that snowball is still sitting out front in your yard for like a month after it's like in June. You still got this huge snowman base that's still trying to melt. You know. Yeah. Next season's gone.
The issue with Doge when the big holders want to get out, they can't get out fast. It takes them over a month to really get out.
I don't know. D-Block's really opened my mind too. Is really, I don't know about Doge not having as much potential as we we're all expecting. And it's kind of praying for water here, water or air, one of the two. But I don't know. Patience is a virtue, team. I'm holding on to a bunch of tame tokens. Those things are doing great. They're doing better than anything I've been holding for the past few years.
Yeah, tame token chart's looking pretty good. So you're just holding tame token. Do you think about providing liquidity with any of them, or just having them ready to take profits when the price spikes?
Oh, that's not. I'm just keeping it real. I'm holding on for a while, and I was also considering getting some DOGECOIN and providing some liquidity into it.
Okay. So a while back when Bitcoin was at 72K, I was arguing with some traders and mentioning that that's the area where some of the most expert traders get wrecked, and we had the worst liquidations since then, and also yesterday and today was the worst liquidations on Doge for the year.
I know when you pulled that up, that green bar was like higher up than that one way back there. What was the total volume of liquidations there? How many million was it?
There was 3 days alone that liquidated over $2.6 billion worth of liquidations for Bitcoin. And if we go back over here to the coin glass, and I go up here to coin glass, I hope I still have it. Yeah, this is Doge. Liquidations yesterday for the long, it was about $1.35 million on Binance. So total between these big exchanges was about $44.2 million. So not even $1 billion, but $44.2 million. And that's been our worst liquidation day ever since the March 4th for Doge. So it doesn't seem bad on paper when you say only 44 million. But Elon getting his compensation, he's already got money transmitter license in many states in America. Eventually, he can do a lot of stuff for Doge legally that could make the price run and give it more utility. What was the poll result? It was just asking if they think Elon still supports Doge. 65% said yes out of 101 votes. 34% said no. So the majority of people still feel that Elon Musk still supports Doge. But I just wanted to hop on, guys, and let you know that I think we're recovering and Doge doing pretty good. We're up 6.5% from that dip, and we probably can break this 14 cents within the next 24 hours to liquidate